Warning! What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Ladies and gentlemen, dorks and dweebs, nerds of all ages, GeekPod Network Productions is proud to bring to you the most electrifying middle-aged guys in Syracuse. The Doctor, Hugh Allen. The Pod Whore, Paul Showens. Alone, they are single geek beacons in a dark cop drama world. But when the mics go hot, they are GeekPod. God bless me!
Hello, welcome to this week's edition.
I see.
I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Corbs.
And Kev's back.
And I'm Kevin.
All right, so since everybody's already started, let's jump right into the glorious return of Beer Bastards. And somehow we all are, yep, look at that. And that is going to be the thumbnail for this episode. We're all drinking Sam Adams Alpine Lager. Brisk and smooth, it says. And now, what's the write-up on the back here? Let's see. There you go. That's a great shot. We're going to try and get them to read along.
Can you read it?
Hazy and golden.
It's
this
backwards.
Unfiltered lager is a breath of fresh air. The crisp maltiness and lively citrus notes transport you to a brisk, sunny days out in the mountains. And then it's signed by Jim Koch, founder and brewer of Sam Adams.
Isn't that signed by Sam Adams?
Croce? What?
It's time in a bottle?
And this is a limited release, it says. Now I'm going to try it. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it's so limited. We all got some.
Yeah. On short notice.
Short notice, yeah.
Not bad. Kind of light. It's a lighter beer than I expected it to be.
Yep.
It tastes kind of fruity to me, but that's because I don't typically drink beers like this.
No, you're more of a beer snob.
Really good.
Beer snob, right?
Oh, stop. I just like something with a little bit more body. That's all. So I won't drink as much as I tend to. I don't know what that means.
Now, should we warn the audience this time their experience in heavily drinking Kevin for the first time? Last time you showed up stone sober. But you got started earlier, so this is gonna be good times.
Yeah, about 2:30 actually. So I'm right into it.
Perfect.
What time is it? Jesus.
It is 9:08.
7.
Yeah.
7.5 hours. 6.5 hours
perfect.
of drinking. Listen, you can't say you drank all day if you don't start in the morning. I didn't start in the morning, so I'm trying to catch up.
Just that whole work thing. You can't really do that.
I didn't work today.
I did till 7.
Mark?
Yeah.
At night?
You were working at freaking 1 a.m. or some shit. What the hell was up with that?
Guess we'll talk about work. Yeah, there was a rush video editing job for marketing. They dropped 9 videos on me yesterday afternoon and wanted them done by today. So that was my good times.
At midnight, we're getting. Oh, go ahead.
No, so you got videos at like 5 o'clock when you got ready to leave work.
Yeah. They told me about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon and wanted them today. Had to be done and posted today.
I told me to dick.
I can't do that. That's
Sure you can.
No.
So
Corporate
we were
America.
looking at reports. We were looking at reports of bandwidth usage.
Yeah.
You know, first thing. Well, they were the first thing this morning, and I happened to see the conversation. And Paul's machine had uploaded like 3 gigs of data. We had no idea what it was at midnight or like 1 a.m. or whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. He had a video job. It can't be that. He wouldn't work that late. Well, our boss gets a hold of Paul, and sure enough, he's working outside of work hours to try to get this done.
Yeah.
So you got a gold star, no cookie, and no raise, and no bonus.
No raise, no bonus.
You got a gold star for the day.
Yeah. I still get to keep my office chair. So we'll go with that.
Yeah, it's still in the office, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, I saw it. I was there.
You were at the office until 1 o'clock?
No, God, no. No, but I was in the office, drove home, took a couple hours off to actually see my family and put my kids to bed. And then I came back downstairs here and logged in and just kept rolling. Yeah. And then today I just went until it was done. What?
Nothing.
I got that. I heard that.
I didn't. I'll hear it when I edit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sam Adams Alpine Lager. Try it. It's good. And I lost the bottle somewhere. And now he was going to get a complex label. Yeah, on my green background. Yeah. There you go. Look at that. Almost. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, do it in front of your face. Right in front of your face. Or I'll just do it. Here. See, you can't.
His works better.
Why is mine backwards, but yours isn't?
Yours isn't backwards. It looks good to us.
It looks good to us, yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing a mirror image or a reverse image, but you guys are seeing. Okay, all right, I got it.
He's new to podcasting.
It's good. You can get this in a 6-pack by itself, which I found.
That's what I did.
Also get it in there. They've got a special 12-pack that this is part of, and I have no idea what that's called.
One of their different mixes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
it's good. I mean, it's a beer I could drink, a couple of 3, 4, 7, 8,
12,
10,
14, 16.
Could drink them all.
As long as they're there.
Yeah.
So let's hop into our Valhalla minute. Corbs, what are you at now? Power wise, 7,000?
No. I think I'm 292 or something. I didn't play much this week, actually.
Neither did I. There wasn't time.
Well, it's when you're working at 1 o'clock, you don't have time.
Yeah. And the PlayStation's not down here, so I couldn't do double duty.
Yeah, no, actually, I bought a new game this week because actually, when I texted you yesterday, I was thinking about buying Odyssey, and I didn't. I bought NBA 2K instead, 2K21.
Nice.
So I played that I played that yesterday for a little while. So that's pretty nice. Freaking, excuse me. When you do your own character.
Yeah.
And you go through like this whole freaking like long drawn out. You start out in high school, you go from high school to college, and they're all like cut scenes. You play a few games in high school, you play a few games in college, and then you get drafted. But in the midst of all this stuff, there's a whole bunch of cutscenes. It was like, I want to say it took me a total like 3 hours to get through the whole, like the start to my career. I was like, this is freaking crazy. I mean, you can skip. Obviously, you can skip through it and go right to the draft or whatever. But I wanted to see what it was because I got 2K20 last year. I was playing that, and you go through it. It was like a 90-minute thing, and you just went through you went through college, and then you got drafted, and you went through like the showcase and draft camps and all that stuff, and you got drafted and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun though, but it took forever. So, but I finally got drafted, and I started playing. I played my first game last night when I got home.
Nice.
So, but I was going to jump back into.
Is this Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Yes.
Yeah, not the game that I was playing. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I ran it. I got an NBA 2K21, the new basketball game. So, and that's what I was playing. But I think I'm going to jump into Valhalla again.
There you go.
Tonight.
Because and NBA, there's no chopping of heads off. So
No, that was kind of the downside. I couldn't like beat anybody up and chop somebody's legs off.
Basketball would be a lot more fun if there was more death and beheadings.
It would be
yes,
a lot more mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I'd prefer it that way.
But I did get through all the way through Gloucestershire.
Yeah, I haven't even made it there yet. I'm still looking for Sigurd.
So you're still in Kent? No, Essex.
Essex. I think that's where they sent me. Yeah.
You go to Essex, and after that, well, you're in Kent. You're looking for Folky, right?
Yes.
And then they send you to Essex because you're supposed to meet up with Basson. Basson's in Suffolk. You meet up with not Randy. It starts with an R though. There's the three. You meet with three people. One in Kent, one in Essex, and then Basson's in Suffolk.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm a liar. I'm back in Ravensthorpe.
Okay. But you still haven't found Sigurd yet.
No, because I had to go back and tell them that I haven't found him yet and that they cut his arm off. And then
okay.
And the little disagreement with Dag.
No, so you haven't gotten past that disagreement yet.
I've gotten to the end of the disagreement. That's for sure.
You killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I wondered if you'd gotten that far yet.
Yep.
Because I was kind of shocked at that one too. I was like, I tried to like downplay it, not want to, and he just kept going. And I was like, fine.
Yeah, there's no way around it. I Googled it. Like, you have to kill him. Just
right.
the big choice is whether you give him his axe so he has an honorable death or not.
I gave him his axe.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the big decisions. That's like the no ones. Like, if you don't give him the axe,
he was talking about
ending. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm already 2 strikes against me there. So.
Yep, I have to behave myself the rest of the game if I want the good ending. So
yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen for me. Although I got to admit, I haven't slept with Ranvi since Sigurd's been back.
Yeah, I mean, he's not back yet, so.
Well, in mine he is.
Yeah, I'm just saying that no one should probably use that map table. It's
true.
Yeah. That's been used a lot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's been used an awful lot. So, but yeah, so yeah, you haven't found Sigurd yet. So okay.
No, but I've got to be getting close, right?
You have to be, because if you went back and said you haven't found him and you fought and killed Dak, then you're gonna go. I think that's when you go and meet with Basson.
Yeah.
And then when you meet with Basson, after that is when you end up finding Sigurd.
Okay. I don't trust that bastard either. Basson?
Yeah.
No. He seems like kind of a douche.
He does start out like that, but as you roll on through this, he starts to favor you a little more.
Okay. Well, he should.
So at least he did for me. Maybe, I don't know.
Right.
So.
I'll probably make bad choices.
So, but yeah, that's you should be close to finding him. So that'll be once you find him and all that, it'll be, like I said, you'll look at him and go, what the fuck? And then you see him in Ravensthorpe, you're like, okay, it's not the picture I got out of that.
Interesting.
At least that's the way it looked to me. Maybe it's different for everybody, but I was just like, holy crap. To me, it looked like he was freaking dead. I mean, he's not, but.
Excuse me. No.
I was just like, holy crap. There's no way he's living through that.
You ruined that ending for us already. We know Sigurd makes it through. So.
Right. Right, because you screw his wife and he gets mad at you.
Yeah.
Either you punch him in the face or.
I didn't. I punched Bassam instead.
No, I punched Sigurd. I wanted to punch them both.
No. You're right. No, I did. I punched Sigurd and I passed him. I held off on that.
Yeah, at first I did too. I was like, oh, I'm not going to punch him. And then you can punch Sigurd. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll punch him, whatever.
Well, I mean, because what he said was pretty fucking rough. So, yeah, he had it coming.
He talks hard to Eivor when you come across him again. He's still kind of an ass to him. So
outstanding.
I haven't talked to him since we got back to
Ravensthorpe.
Both of us were back there at the same time.
Does he know you were fucking his wife?
No. That part has not come up yet.
I wonder if it just doesn't.
I don't know. I see. I was kind of wondering, does it not come up if you don't sleep with her the entire time he's back, or if you sleep with her, does he catch you and that's strike 3 type thing out of 5 type of thing?
I'll find out.
Nice.
Yeah, what you missed,
I'm all the way through Gloucestershire.
Nice.
I got all the wealth and all that stuff.
I've got a long way to go on that. I've been focusing on the questing.
Well, when I got to that point, I focused on the questing. Like I jumped, like they said, go here. So I jumped around and I was like, man, there's a lot of stuff that I went. So I went back through after I found him and got him back to Bassam gets him back to Ravenstar. But I went back through and picked up all the wealth and the mysteries and all that stuff. The one that I constantly look up is like the mushroom one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to do it in a certain order to get the right, so I just look it up online and
sometimes it's got to be done.
I know it's cheating and all that stuff, but I'll look up on there just to kind of say, okay, you got to this one, 2, 4, 5 when you have to interact with the flames or whatever, and it pulls it up and you're able to get the mystery off of it. So, but
in any video game, you can just refer to it as looking to the oracle. You can go talk to the oracle, and she will give you your instruction, and you can interpret it your own way. It's not cheating. It's all in how you choose to accept it.
Right.
And that fits in with the game too, because we have whatever the crazy lady is that sent us to Asgard when no one wanted to go.
Oh yeah,
so we have an oracle in the game as well. So we're just doing another. I don't think it's cheating. I mean, I bought the game so I can do what I want with it.
True.
And there's no way I'd get through this game if I didn't keep looking shit up. So.
Yeah, I've looked up a few pieces, like trying like how to get to some of the wealth stuff. Because sometimes it's like there's a wealth.
It's just not clear.
Here.
Yeah,
there's a wealth over on the east side, but you got to get at it from the west side.
Yep.
I'm like, so sometimes, and then obviously, I mean, I know Hugh said a couple of times you got to look for like the false floors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not easy to find.
Right. Especially if it's one of the ones that animate really dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's tougher when it goes to night to see some of the stuff. Even with Odin's Eye, it's tough to see the stuff. So, but I enjoy the game.
I'm loving the hell out of this game. Like I said, this is the first game that I've actually committed this amount of time to.
Oh, me too.
So.
Mine is like baseball and stuff like
right.
that. I play baseball religiously when the new one comes out, but this is the first role playing like game. Where you have to go through and do certain things to get certain things that I've actually sat through and played. I'll play a few games and you play them for a little bit and then you get bored with them, whatever.
Yep. That's what I've always done in the past, but this one I've stuck with.
Yeah. So, and I was looking at Odyssey. So I was trying to see if there was one where you could find one where he would use a gun.
Probably the ones that take place during like the American Revolution and stuff.
Yeah, there was one that he showed him with a flint and locket handgun. So I was looking at that, but I do think the next one I'm going to get after when I complete this one will be Odyssey. I guess there's the new downloadable content or whatever the new add-on they had. You get to go to Ireland now.
Oh, no kidding! Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw it on Google, my Google feed.
Nice.
So
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the final one is the Siege of Paris.
Okay.
That's going to be the last DLC that comes out. Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't done any of the raids or anything like that. So
no, I haven't gone back to River Raids either because I haven't heard about them fixing anything, and I don't want my game screwed up. So.
Yeah. My game still every once in a while my game still crashes too.
Well, now that I've been playing less, I don't know. It hasn't happened anymore. But yeah, that it bothered me that one night when they were like back-to-back crashes. I wasn't impressed with that.
I've had back-to-back crashes. I've had back-to-back nights where they've crashed, but never like playing it and go back in and get the system that crashes again. Never had that happen.
I had one night when it was I think a gap of a couple hours in between them, but it did it twice in the same session, and I wasn't impressed.
Yeah. So, but mine's been doing it a little bit more. I got to get some more stuff off of my PS4. I obviously got a new TV, so I'm going to put like Hulu on my TV and stuff.
Heck yeah.
And get it off my PlayStation. So
nice.
Hopefully that frees up some room and it stops the fucking crashing.
Right. And check for an update on the game too, and see if that like I said,
mine automatically updates the game.
Are you okay?
So,
Kevin, have you played any of the Assassin's Creed games?
Just the older ones.
Gotcha.
You know, Xbox 360 was the last time I touched any of these. I played through a couple. There was two different. I'd have to go down and look at what they are in my stack. But they were, I think they were early in the series. Really neat. It's like I played through them, and then I watched the movie, and then I like lost interest.
I heard the movie wasn't good.
It's not good, but it's. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's bad.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way they did it.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, the way they did it, it was like I couldn't figure out what their intention was, because I don't know. It would have been a lot better if they would have just had an Assassin's Creed movie set in the time and then just gone for it. Right. They didn't do it that way. It's not the way. I don't know if anybody has seen the movie. If you haven't, if you're really bored, check it out. But it's set in modern day, and they do some kind of weird shit with this guy, and they put him in this VR kind of a situation, and he ends up back in time because they were trying to find something, right? Weren't they?
They're trying to find the apple from the Garden of Eden.
Yeah. So they put him in, in this world so he could be part of it, so he could figure out what the hell it was, and there was just too much going on in too short a period of time. Yep. They really need to have like 3 of them to make it work, and they try to do it all in the space of like 120 minutes or something like that. And
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was very jumpy. It was jumping around too much, and you're right. It was more set in modern time. Like they were talking more about like his character, like the guy, not the guy from the early wherever they were. You're right. It didn't seem. You're right. It should have been more in the old days, cut like they do in the game, Paul, where you have every once in a while they cut to the people talking. You get an intermission. You get a little thing going. Oh, hey, did you catch this?
Yeah.
You've had that a few times. Like when you get to like, have you gotten to the anomaly parts? Any of those yet?
I haven't done them.
But you've seen them.
I saw the shimmery stuff and I avoided it because I was on my way to do something else. But I haven't actually been in them yet. But you guys have talked about them enough, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. So you cut back to the girl, because it's the girl that is in the bed, whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but she's the one so you cut to her, and she comes into the time in the game where she comes in the time and she does the anomaly.
Right.
And every once in a while you'll hear them talking and stuff. But I think, like Kevin's saying, if they did the movie, where it is now, and as a Viking movie, and then just intermittently went back and kind of explained what was going on, type of thing.
Yeah,
it would have worked out a lot better.
So maybe that was my disconnect. I didn't realize that the actual game is set up like this, where it's in both time.
Yep.
It's in both times. See, that's where I was confused. I never picked up on that. So that's how much I played the games, or paid attention to them. Right. I mean, it was long enough ago that wow, okay.
Well, yeah, that threw me for a loop too when I started playing this, and all of a sudden it's modern day or even near future, and you're abroad running around. Oh, you can't say broad anymore, can you? A chick running around, and talking about
you can say anything you want, Paul.
That's not true, but but yeah, it completely threw me on that one. Like, because again, Corbs and I, we both started this game without playing any Assassin's Creed before this.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, when it cuts to this thing, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm like, what happened? What are we going here now?
Right? Is this what we do now?
And the funny part about it is you got to run around with her and find stuff in the times that you're in the time where she is. Like you got to find like the coffin and stuff like that. And I was I was confused at what the hell was going on with that.
Yep.
So, but then when you figure it out, you jump back into Eivor's character. It was like, okay, that's part of the game. I was like, okay, so we're going to be doing that every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. But we haven't gone back to it yet.
Nope.
And I'm okay with that. I'd much prefer to stay as Eivor.
But she has come into the game, and you do the anomaly part of it. Which the anomalies are pretty cool. You know, you've got to kind of use like deductive reasoning to get through them. I mean, I know he was saying he's got the one where he's like sliding down all these things and stuff like that. You got to figure those out. I would assume that's going to be a difficult part of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
The ones that I've done are you got to figure them out, which is pretty cool. I like doing that shit. So. But,
yeah, I like ones like these games where it's not just button mashing all the time anymore. Yeah. Like you actually have to puzzle shit out.
Yep. Have you been fishing at all?
Just
you had to do one where you had to do the bullhead or whatever. The first, like when you get to Ravensthorpe and you go across. Did you do the one where you go across the water?
No, the only fishing I've done is when you had to feed the polar bear.
You had to feed a polar bear?
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
The fuck do you feed a polar bear?
I don't know. You got to get this berserker dude to join your clan, and he sends you out with his polar bear that's his buddy, and you got to feed him, and he likes fresh fish, so you get him his fish. Yeah.
When'd you do that?
I think that was one of the mysteries.
I want a polar bear as a pet. Come on.
And a wolf and a monkey.
Who would that be?
I didn't get to that one.
You've had to have missed it.
I must have. And now, on the caveat of that is when you defeat and you can pick the warrior up there or whatever. I haven't picked all the warriors up, so that might be one.
Gotcha.
Is he at Ravensthorpe when you? You're talking about we pick up one of the warriors, correct?
You recruit him. He was one of the ones. I was out in England somewhere, like off. And it's something I came across. It was a mission. It made me go do it.
I don't know that one. I got some missions that I haven't done on there. I mean, obviously, there's the one where you go to Asgard, which I haven't gone back and done that one yet.
Either.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can because I think you said you had to be like a level 90.
Yeah.
I'm at like 290, so I'm pretty sure I can go back there and be fine now. But I'll have to look at that because I know there's a couple like breaking the order, which I've killed like a couple. I killed a bunch of zealots.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten them yet. I got the shit kicked out of me on my way through. He came running across and he took me right off my horse.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't good times.
Yep. I think I've defeated like 10 or 12 of them.
Nice. No, I'm not there yet. I'm still only at like 160 power.
No, even by that time, even by 160, I had defeated a few of them.
Yeah, I haven't. I had that one. And
I'll go through and do all the stuff. And that's the last thing I'll do.
Let's go back after those guys.
Yeah, I find that guy the last thing I do. And I've obviously the artifact stuff. I've left the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sick and tired of trying to catch that fucking.
I hate those stupid things. Yes.
You get close to it, then you fall down, and by the time you get back,
start all over again.
I'm like, fuck that! I'm not doing that shit again. I did it once. I did it. I told you that where I did it once, where you start and it goes one way.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it, you get back and you get to it. It goes the other way.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I was like, no. I was like, nope. After I went this way once, that way once, this way again. I'm like, nope, done. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to keep chasing this fucking thing around.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
So I decided to leave all the tattoo stuff either till the end or just leave. Don't even worry about it. I don't think I'm even going to worry about it.
Yeah. But you want 100% of your land, though.
Well, I've got all the allegiance.
There you go.
That's all that really matters. But I've gotten all the wealth and all the mysteries out of most of the places. I think there's only a couple spots where I've missed a few. So, but
I've got a long way to go on all that.
but yeah, but like I'll get the land, like the alliance with the land, and then I'll go through and pick everything up. That's what I mean. That's why my power and everything is so high. I've been doing all that stuff. You obviously are just going through and doing the missions.
Yep, checking off the missions.
Yeah, I've been going through and picking everything up.
Nice. Yeah, no, I've got to catch up to it. I've just got to get my family to leave for an afternoon so I can just veg out on it again.
that the other thing to do to help raise your power is to do a lot of like assassinations.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, you tend to get more of the skill power.
Yeah.
I now have the one where you jump down and do the attack, and then you can throw your axe.
Nice.
First, you can get the one hit, and then you can kill the guy next to them with the other one. So
that's pretty awesome.
That's nice. So yes.
All right. Well, I think we've gone way over our minute.
Yeah, it's been a little longer than a minute for Valhalla. Valhalla hour.
Right. All right. I think this is a good time to jump to break, and then we'll get back and we'll actually get into the show itself. So stay tuned, guys.
The 4th annual Sci-Fi Horror Fest is coming with an all-new location, new celebrity guests, and more to enjoy. Sci-Fi Horror Fest has a new home for 2021 at the Vernon Downs Casino and Hotel in Vernon, New York. Sci-Fi Horror Fest will be held on August 27th and 28th. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is a family-friendly event featuring exciting guests including CJ Graham and Loren Malloy, as well as fun activities, vendors, and a media area with an eclectic group of podcast personalities. More guest announcements will be announced soon. For more information and to purchase tickets, go to www.sci-fihorrorfest.com. That's www.sci-fihorrorfest.com. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is currently looking for volunteers. This is your chance to be part of the fun. Please note, dates and details of the event are subject to change due to any lasting issues due to COVID-19.
All right, boys. What's got you geeked?
I'll go first. For me, it's this coming Monday.
Monday? Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
I start my new job on Monday morning at 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, training 6:30 to 4.
Nice.
So,
new job.
Yeah, well, I've been out of work for a year, so I got furloughed. Actually, I got furloughed 1 year ago today.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
So I've been off. I was furloughed, and then in July of last year, I got let go permanently.
Right. They just kind of at that point.
They kind of cut the cord, and I was like, "That's fine." I took the summer, and I continued to play. I played golf whenever I could, but I had an interview for. I can say it now. I don't think I mentioned it last week, but it was I interviewed with Aspen Dental.
You did mention it. It was in the episode. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to be part of their IT support. So.
Oh wow, fantastic.
Yep. So, and the thing for me was the benefits, which is what I needed. I needed benefits. The money's kind of comparable to what I was making on unemployment. It's actually a little bit more than I was making on unemployment, so that's a plus also. But the benefits were key for me: medical and dental and vision benefits.
All right, I got to ask, how's their dental plan?
Actually, their dental plan is not that bad. They don't actually offer dental.
That's good.
But you get your cleanings, x-rays, and something else all for free.
Good. That's great.
And then if you need extractions, root canals, fillings, and something else, it's 50% off.
That's nice.
And it's everybody who's on your plan. So for me and my son will be able to go there and get his cleanings for free.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Anything else he needs is 50% off. I think cavities was cavities or fillings; those were free also. So
that's awesome.
That was also a big plus because
Heck yeah.
He's been to the dentist. He's 13. I think he's been to the dentist 3 times. So, but I don't go to the dentist either. What's he looking at?
I don't know. I'm trying to see it too.
I got a monitor up there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So, but that's what's got me geeked. This is Monday morning. So
that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to getting back to work. It's been a year. I enjoyed being home. Enjoyed being home with my mom and is able to help her out around the house and get her to doctor's appointments when she needed to. That was it's always a concern. She doesn't drive real well. She's actually now technically legally blind, so she can't drive at all. But so her and I both agreed it was time to go back to work. I needed the benefits. So
and to get the fuck out the house.
See, that doesn't bother me because I come and go. I mean, for the last year, I've been doing the grocery shopping. I go and see my girlfriend, and I'm out and about. I take my son to places and stuff like that. We go out every once in a while. So I was out of the house. I wasn't just sitting here all the time. I mean, the first half of up until about June of last year. I mean, when the pandemic first started, we were strictly at home. Nothing else. We were home. We didn't go out. We didn't go to dinner. We didn't go anyplace. Grocery store. That was it.
Yep.
That was all we did. So
yeah, we were the same way.
Up and the summer came around. I got out and played golf a little bit. Well, a lot. But, played baseball with the guys. Matter of fact, the baseball team is actually at a bar right now watching the SU game. They were texting. They were going down to there's a bar in Syracuse that's going to be open for the whole game. So.
Oh, nice.
So because most bars close at 11, but I guess this bar got permission to be open for the whole thing. So.
At least that's what they're telling people. Yeah.
Right. Right. Or they're just going to do it and pay the consequences.
Deal with the consequences afterwards. Yeah.
So they're doing that. So, and then actually the guys from my golf buddies that I golf with, they're playing golf in the morning.
Nice.
But I'm not playing because my mom's with my sister. Obviously, she had her wisdom teeth pulled today. So that's it for me.
Last thing on the new job, I noticed on Facebook you were making the official announcement.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, our episode went out a couple of days ago and you made the announcement there first.
But I told you I didn't really have the offer yet.
That's right. Yeah, it wasn't finalized.
It wasn't a finalized offer. I got the offer on Monday morning.
Nice. Well, I think that still works out because I don't think the episode went out until the afternoon. So
right. So I got the offer Monday morning. I had to fill out. Actually, I take it back. Friday night, I did get it last week. I got it Friday last week. She called me on Friday of last week.
Okay.
But I didn't get any of the stuff until Monday. I had to pass a background check, and there was one other thing I had to sign some documents for them, a non-compete or whatever. I had to sign all that stuff. So I did that, and then I got the background check. I passed that. So that's why I didn't put it on Facebook until after I passed the background check.
Right. Make sure it's done
official.
Deal. Yes.
Yeah. So I got that one Wednesday morning. I got that, and that's when I put it up on Facebook.
That's awesome.
I didn't want to jinx it putting up early. I kind of knew once they offered me the job.
Yeah.
I got the offer on Friday. I kind of was like, well, okay. I mean, because my background check, there's nothing there.
That's good. I mean,
nothing stupid. I haven't been arrested. Credit's not the best.
No,
but,
because those are still sealed records, so you're all right. I mean, you still just have to stay away from schools, but
schools and playgrounds.
Wow. Okay.
Kevin, what's got you geeked?
It's a long story.
Jeez.
It's not a long story. You can fill in the blanks.
Yeah. Wow. I guess I don't know. I guess I could stay with the work theme, and I could say that, and this is really geeky. And if you do the kind of work that we do, you're gonna understand what this is. If you don't, you're really gonna be like, what the frick is this jack off talking about. So one of the things we've got going on where Paul and I work is that we've got some major upgrades coming for workstations. And there's a lot of people in our specific work area, which is the law firms. And a lot of the tech people are trying to figure out how to get their systems upgraded, in this remote work environment. And they've got all these different ideas about how to do this, and they keep thinking about the environment that they had, which was on site, on domain, on site. And what I did, and I don't think you even know about this, Paul, was I figured out how to get our systems, which are Windows 10, all of our workstations, whether they're laptops or desktops. I figured out how to get them updated to the latest version of the latest feature update, with two small changes to the system and the user and this co-managed environment we have. We use Microsoft software. It's SCCM, Software Center System, or Software Center Configuration Manager, now called Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. And it's co-managed, so we're using that and Intune at the same time, which is Microsoft's mobile device manager in the Azure cloud. So between the two of them, it's so ridiculously simple. I make one small change on our server in the office. I make one small change in Azure, and the next day, the workstation that the end user has all the updates it needs. It's got the feature updates it needs. The user's back to work, and everything's done. It's pretty phenomenal, and it's very robust. It just works, and we're getting ready to roll it out to the entire organization. 640 some systems spread out across all of New York State, and we've got we're in Boston, we're New Hampshire, we're not New Hampshire,
Connecticut.
Connecticut, right? I always say New Hampshire. It's New Haven, Connecticut.
Because it's New Haven,
I think
yeah.
of the letters, and I do. I always think of the letters first.
I do the same
think
thing.
of our
Yep.
abbreviations.
Yeah,
Yep,
and it's
and it
all
screws me
because
up.
with the VC setup stuff, that's where it got me, is where we use all the
Yep.
abbreviations for everything, so it throws me. Interesting.
And I figured this out a little while ago. Yeah.
Interesting side note.
Go ahead, Paul.
Corbs interviewed for help desk.
Yep.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
How long ago?
A while ago. I think it was for Matt's position.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Psyched himself out.
I did.
Wow.
I pushed hard for you, man.
Matt,
Didn't work.
Going up against Matt would have been tough. I wouldn't want to do that.
No, Matt's
he's a smart little bastard.
Yeah, and that's something you should feel good about. Corbs is losing out to him, because this kid is amazing.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I've been in this business. Yeah, I've been in this business, a few years, and I look up to Matt, and he's quite a bit younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this natural ability to understand the environment that he's in, and to relate the technology to the users. And that is so unique in our field. I thought I knew how to do it.
Right.
I thought I knew how to put myself in the user's position and understand their perspective. Matt's at a whole different level. So having him to work with at my level, where I'm at with the organization, has just like propelled me so far past any place I would be in otherwise. I mean, having him to work with side by side, because he's the guy I work with the majority of the time. 99% of the time, it's Matt and I trying to figure out a problem. And if I have trouble, I always go to him, because he knows the environment. And the people he worked with when he first got there is really the biggest part of that. The trainer that we have now, and the person that I replaced, he was with them, and he understood all that. So, but he knows how to do that in a way that isn't learned. He did not learn that at our organization. He did not learn that wherever he came from. That's something he has intrinsically. Because I've been told that I have something that a lot of technologists don't, and that's the ability to put myself in that end user's position and understand their environment, what they see, what they understand, what they're experiencing. But he's at a whole different level. And yeah, if you lost out to him, trust me, you're not the only one. You would have been in a group of a very vast array of people. No question about it. Now, had you gone up to our recent hires, we'll talk about that offline. Yeah.
What he's saying is the new guard ain't the same as the old guard. No,
not saying nothing. Not saying nothing. Not on the record. Not when the record button's on.
Right. And we all know I don't edit, so
we can do a little editing today.
Maybe a little
back
bit.
to me. Back to me. We're doing good. We're in a great place. The version of Windows 10 we have is going to be end of support on the end of May. We are going to be well into, or maybe even done with upgrades for our workstations by the end of May. That's my prediction.
Perfect.
So I'm happy.
I'm not going with work stuff. What's got me excited is the release of the Snyder Cut. Justice League was released on Thursday.
Thursday.
Have not watched it yet as of this recording because it's a 4 hour and change cut of the movie, but a lot of positive feedback coming out.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Ton. And apparently we do get a glimpse of Green Lantern in it now. So
well, keep it in your pants.
Yeah, I might. It depends on, like I said, if my buddy's over or not. A Green Lantern. Let's just put it that way.
Paul's got a hard on for Green Lantern.
Please tell me it's freaking animated Green Lantern.
I mean, I don't think it's just going to be a cartoon. It's not. This isn't Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No. I mean, what the fuck's his name there?
Ryan Reynolds.
Deadpool's Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Please tell me it's Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
I can tell you that, but it wouldn't be true.
Nathan Fillion.
That would be great too, but you guys got to think.
Fillion?
I said that would be great, but it's not.
Oh.
You guys got to think outside the box. I mean, you're automatically assuming we're getting an Earth Green Lantern. Remember, there's 3,600 of these guys out there. Yeah. Well, that's what I hear. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going off the rumors that I've heard.
Here's what I. Yeah. All right. Okay. Whatever. We're gonna watch it. So hopefully I'll be sober by then.
I mean, are you gonna try and watch it tonight?
No.
I was gonna say you're gonna be in for a longer night than I was last night. I think it's like 4.5 hours is what I thought.
Is that what it is? I thought it was under 4, but wow.
And I guess it's got like 6 different chapters where they kind of break it up where if you can't make a 4-hour movie. So
you can't make a 4-hour movie anymore. Nobody's gonna sit through that shit.
Right. I'm gonna do it though. Sunday. That's my plan. Gonna start right around 2:00. Yeah.
You won't make it through all 4 hours though.
I'm gonna do it.
Dude, I'm gonna get on my bike freaking Sunday morning and I'm not coming home until it's dark.
Right. So you won't be watching it Sunday. But yeah, that's what's got me geeked. I'm looking forward to finally seeing this. They're saying that with the positive response, this could roll out into a Justice League sequel. I guess this was planned as a trilogy. So
cool.
But I don't know if they'll continue to do it because Snyder's been talking an awful lot about what his plans were for the trilogy. So I mean, kind of shooting himself in the foot if they want to do it.
So let me ask this question because obviously I'm the weird guy here. I don't do comics or anything like that. Is it the same characters? Is it you're gonna have like Ben Affleck does Batman and
Yes.
Harry Cavill.
That's what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all of them back. They even had them come back for reshoots.
It's more footage, right? It's more right reshoots, and it's just more of what we saw.
Yes, and they've reworked the story to make it more cohesive and less Joss Whedon-y.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess now they're referring to the theatrical cut as the Justice League. Yeah. I'm writing that down.
Next topic.
We call it Whedon League.
Okay, so moving on. Kevin,
God.
you wanted to bring something unique to the show tonight.
Are you talking about the tabletop
Yes.
or something else?
No,
okay. So, well, I don't know. I
That's
mean,
all right. Yeah,
dude,
that was
I've been
kind of
drinking
open-ended. Sorry.
Listen. It's been a week, okay? I broke some stuff. Not really me, Microsoft, and I've been trying to fix it. So, yeah, I'm relaxing today. I took the day off. I did not drinking at work. I had the day off. So
Okay.
let's just get that straight. Okay. So, I have been lately, me, my wife, and we bring some friends over every now and then, and we do different tabletop games. Sometimes it's a board game, sometimes it's something else. It could be a card game, a dice game. We got a couple different things that we switch it up with. We get a couple things that we like, board games. I mean, it could be a couple of different things. Every once in a while, somebody brings something new over, and we try that out. Most recently, I went into read the story, play the game, read the story, whatever the hell it is in the mall.
Yep.
That's it.
Not too long ago. And we were looking at a couple different games, and the guy behind the counter says, "Hey, if you're looking at this game, this board game, you should check out this other one because it plays a little faster, and you don't end up with people out of the game and then having to sit and just watch everyone else play the game." So the game that he was talking about, the board game, was called Bang. Now, as I understand, it's set in the, kind of set in the Midwest, and you have a sheriff, and you have deputies, and you have scoundrels, rogues, and bandits and whatever. And the way the board game works is once you're out, and you just sit and you watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
The way this game works, and this is the dice game version, you end up, and this is Bang, the dice game, you end up with, and you don't really know. You don't know who's the sheriff, and you don't know who's the deputy, or does the sheriff have to reveal himself? Somebody has to reveal themselves. I think it might be the sheriff. The sheriff reveals themselves. The deputy does not. The deputy has to help the sheriff without revealing themselves. And the idea is the sheriff and the deputy have to kill all the bandits, so all the rogues and the bandits and whoever else is in the game, in order to win the game. If the bandits win, then the bad guys win, etc. So much fun. I played with my wife and I. We were in Old Forge, and a snowmobile weekend. We brought the game with us. We had some good friends with us. 5 of us playing, and it's a 1 to 6 players. I think it's a solitaire version of the game. You really need 3 or more players to make it really, really fun. Trust me, this game, for whatever it cost, I don't even remember. I don't know if it was like $15, $20, whatever it was. So much fun. Again, it's Bang, the dice game, and it's the most fun part of it is not knowing who is who until the very end, when all is revealed. And you have these really cool dice. Now there's something covering over the dice. You can't really see them. I'll show you one of the die. Let me see if I can get the board open. But the dice, you can roll them, and you get these little things called, there could be a little piece of dynamite on there,
Nice.
or there's these 3 stars, or there's a beer. Oh, that was fun because anytime a beer came up, we add a little bit of an extra rule. Everybody had to drink it.
I like it.
Yeah, there was, there's little number 1 and number 2, a little arrow because you have Indians that attack. So I'm not going to tell you all about the game. I'm going to tell you it's a lot of fun. And if you're looking for something new and different to play with some friends, try it out. Check it out. It is just a really, really, really good time. And you get some really cool pieces. You got little arrows in here and little bullets and, a little deck of cards because everybody's got to have a player card and gotta have all these. Yep. Gotta have all that fun stuff. Very, 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 very fun. Very unexpected in how much fun it was. And if the guy behind the counter is willing to sell me a game that costs less than a board game, I mean, that's pretty cool. So we went. Yeah, I'm going back there and I'm going to look for something else. They got a bunch of other games, in that same kind of genre, that desktop game, and I can't wait to try the next one. But Bang, the dice game, tons of fun.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like that's something you need to bring to the birthday party cookout this year.
Hopefully we have something before the birthday party cookout. I'd like to think we're going to have a few things before that.
All right. Well, that sounds good too. I think I've basically been told I have to throw parties at my house. Is that what I was just hearing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm down. What's that, Corbs?
Don't you always throw parties at your house?
I mean, not lately. I mean, we had to do the whole social distancing thing for a year.
It's just social distancing.
Whatever.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're going to social distance right into a commercial. All right. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back to wrap the show up.
The 4th annual Sci-Fi Horror Fest is coming with an all-new location, new celebrity guests, and more to enjoy. Sci-Fi Horror Fest has a new home for 2021 at the Vernon Downs Casino and Hotel in Vernon, New York. Sci-Fi Horror Fest will be held on August 27th and 28th. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is a family-friendly event featuring exciting guests including CJ Graham and Loren Malloy, as well as fun activities, vendors, and a media area with an eclectic group of podcast personalities. More guest announcements will be announced soon. For more information and to purchase tickets, go to www.sci-fihorrorfest.com. That's www.sci-fihorrorfest.com. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is currently looking for volunteers. This is your chance to be part of the fun. Please note, dates and details of the event are subject to change due to any lasting issues due to COVID-19.
And we're back, and we're gonna start off a new segment that's been being kicked around between Kevin and I because there's been discussion of a spin-off show where we can continue to do our beer reviews without stepping on toes, which would probably be a good idea. So let's talk about what's happening midstream, guys. And now that's basically, to explain it a little bit. That's basically, what are you guys watching? And nowadays, most everybody's streaming TV. So, what's good on the old tube front? I guess
Boob tube.
The boob tube. Corbs, didn't one of your shows come back?
I don't mind going first.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Let Corbs go first.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go first. My sons. Well, no, not my sons. I'm not going to go that far. But spinoff, The Sons of Anarchy, the Mayans, season 3. I think season 2 or season 3 just came back on Tuesday. Double episode on Tuesday night. So Was pretty excited about that. Actually, to be honest with you, I forgot that it was on.
Really?
Yeah, well, I had a bunch of stuff going on this week. It's a crazy week, and of course, it's the week before I go back to work. So I had my brother was in the hospital. I had to take my sister to take my girlfriend to get her shot. I had to take my sister to get her teeth pulled. On top of that, I had to go and pay the mechanic for the car fixed. Had to go and do that. We did that on Wednesday. I've been trying to get up early because I got to be up early Monday morning.
Start getting the body used to it.
Yeah, exactly. After a year of not having to get up whenever the hell you want, go back to sleep if you want. That's not going to work. So
right.
So I've been doing that. But yeah, so I actually forgot it was on. So I just watched it this afternoon. So it's different with the whole pandemic, and I'm having to deal with the pandemic part of the show and the border being closed due to the pandemic and stuff like that, and how the motorcycle club was earning its money was running dope for Mexico, and they can't do that.
Wait. So they wrote it into the show?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
You haven't seen many shows do that yet.
A lot of the shows that I watch have kind of incorporated the pandemic part of it, but they're a little more in the forefront of it because they incorporated the actual border closings. Like, I mean, I watched 911 Lone Star. They incorporate the pandemic. Obviously, everybody wears their masks, and they try to social distance to an extent. NCIS Los Angeles, same thing. They try to social distance and stuff like that. Magnum PI, kind of same thing. They're wearing their masks a lot and stuff like that. But this show, they social distance. They don't really wear their masks because obviously it's the motorcycle club. They're always with each other type of thing.
Right.
So they don't have to, but they deal with the border closing and how it affected their livelihood. And the guy that was running, well, it was like not the main character. The guy was helping push the drugs is the big businessman in the area. And he was getting his business from Mexico and how that's affected him and his wife and whatnot, and people being sent back to Mexico that are illegal aliens and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting to watch the show and stuff like that. So I'm again, you know me, I love the Sons of Anarchy. I mean, Paul, you and I still talk about that. So this is kind of right on par with that. So. It's one of those shows that I'll sit down and make sure that I watch. I mean, I watch it the night that it's on. I'll try to watch it, a couple of days or day after or whatever.
Right.
So, but it's a good show. I enjoy it very much. Again, like I said, I try to watch it, within at least 24 hours of it being on. So, there's the main character is Ezekiel. I think I mentioned it when I first started watching it. He actually is still working with the feds to bring down the main guy who's bringing the drugs in. They're trying to bring him down. Now he's got his brother involved in it, and his father's involved. And his father is the one that kind of got him involved in it to start. And you find out that his father was actually part of the Mexican guerrillas. And he did a lot of sinister shit. But he left it all behind and moved his family to San Pedro, California, just over the border to get away from it all. And it has caught back up to him and stuff like that. And you come to find out that the woman of the mother of the son is the guy that's pushing the drugs across the border is his best friend's wife. And you come to find out that they actually were together, Ezekiel's father and the lady, and Michael, the guy who's bringing the drugs in, that's actually his son.
Oh.
But they don't tell him. And then at the end of last season, Ezekiel kills the lady. She asks him to do it. She wants to be killed. She was involved. She tried to kill herself. She lit her house on fire and they pulled her out. So she'd been trying to kill herself for a while. So she asked Ezekiel's father to do it, and he couldn't do it. And then his older brother Angel was like, "Oh, I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I'll whatever, shoot her in the head. I don't give a shit." That's just his character. He's just one of those guys. He's just, I'm gonna do this no matter what. And he's like, "Well, it's got to be done right." So he ended up doing it. He ended up killing her. Then they let her, they burned her body and stuff like that. So they hid the evidence and whatnot. So, but it's a good show. I know Paul talked about you watching it, and you still haven't. You're pulling a Supernatural on me.
Pulling a Supernatural.
So, and the other thing that I got going on is it's that time of year. It's the college basketball playoffs. NC2A's is going on this tonight. Matter of fact, I got the SU game on behind me, and they're actually they weren't supposed to get in this year. They were struggling. Joe Lenardi, who's the guy that apparently everybody goes by, when they picked the brackets, he said they were one of the last 4 teams in. And so they would have had to play one of the 4 playing games, and they were in like as an 11 seed. They were well in, as opposed to being one of the last 4 teams in. So I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about, but but they're in. They're playing well. The whole pandemic thing is going to throw everything for a loop, because they're saying once the teams are there, so now all the teams are in, because it's all being played in India. So all the teams are there now because they started today.
Right.
Next, first round games are today. First two rounds are today and tomorrow. And then Sunday and Monday are the next 2 rounds, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It might just be Sunday, because everything's being played in India, where before they were played in 4 different locations.
Right. Yeah, they're doing the whole kind of like playing in a bubble thing again.
Yeah, they're doing it in a bubble. So all the teams are there now. So if any team has a positive case, that team's done.
They take them out back and shoot them.
Yeah, pretty much. They're done, and the team that they're supposed to play moves on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's probably the only logical way to do it. I mean,
right. Well, they were saying, because I watched the selection show on Sunday. They were saying that if any team popped positive before they all got there, everybody got to the site, they had alternate teams that were like one of the last 4 teams out. They were going to be one of the teams that they were going to bring in and put in their place. So
makes sense.
So, but they didn't do that. Nobody. Virginia was the only team that was a possibility, and they're going to play short-staffed anyways, because they've got a couple guys that are positive. So I guess they're gonna play. I haven't heard anything where they're not going to. So
now I just heard the other day that the players are wearing these monitors that can tell you if you've been in exposure range.
Yes, you got something on me there. I didn't know that.
Oh, they I think my mom was telling me about it. She's a huge SU fan.
A lot of people are. I mean, I'm a basketball fan. My girlfriend hates basketball. She doesn't like the squeaky sneakers.
You know what? I know what she means. Yeah. I feel that.
And I only watch. No offense. I mean, I watch SU. I'll watch a few games during the year. I don't watch start to finish. Basketball is very boring. But come NC2A time, SU's on.
And you take a note. Right.
I gotta watch the game and see how they do. So, it's just one of those things. I do a board every year, do a bracket. There's always, if you do a perfect bracket, you can win $75 billion or whatever the hell it is nowadays. A cup of coffee or whatever type of thing. So I try every year, and after the first day, there's always an upset or whatever.
Busted.
You're fucked anyway. So, and I don't understand how some of these guys, like some of these people, get all the way to the championship game and they've got a perfect bracket. I mean, how are you doing that? How are you like watching, and can know that the 14 seed is going to beat the 3 seed?
Right.
Yeah,
because there were already upsets today, right?
I believe so. To be honest with you, I haven't even looked. I probably should have checked my bracket.
Probably. Did you?
I had a few upsets, but I don't pick a lot of upsets because this year, I don't know. This year would be tough anyways, because at any point, team can pop positive and they're done.
Right.
So that's just the weird part about this year.
Pretty sure Corbs is positive down there.
No, it's just a little flimmy.
Can I get a barrier here? Some kind of a barrier.
Put up a plastic barrier over your webcam.
So, but that's it for me.
As for upsets, I heard Oral Roberts had the upset today. I mean,
now you got me interested. I gotta look.
now you got to look it up. Well, while you're looking it up, we're gonna let Kevin take over. Kev, what you got going on midstream?
Nothing sports related. I'm into motorcycles. I don't even watch motocross. I can't stand to sit and watch. I have to go out and do it. If I'm going to sit and watch it. But so what I watch is, pure fantasy stuff. What I'm streaming, and unfortunately I just, sucked up the whole season of it, is The Expanse.
I've heard of this
I'm
show.
totally, I love this show. It's a geek's show, to be sure, because the science in it is what it's all about. It's a great storyline, great people that you can, get involved with, and you follow them, and you care about their individual storylines, and how, Earth and Mars and this in between area called the Belt, and how long we've been, living on multiple planets, and space stations within our little universe of ours, and how that's expanded out past that. But the science involved is what's really captured me. I know it captured a lot of other folks too, and it's what I started reading about, and it's how I got involved with the show. It's really true to the physics of what would happen to us, our bodies, if we were to be in this kind of environment, how we would be able to travel at the kind of speeds that they travel, what would happen with the different kind of interactions that have happened within the show. Very, very cool stuff. It's the writers are, they're very concerned with being as accurate as possible, and it makes it very interesting.
Nice.
The fact that they've got some really good actors in there. Not anybody you'd ever know from anything else. At least nobody that I knew from anything else. But very, very, very interesting. Very cool. That's me. That's what I'm watching. My wife and I together just started an old show that's been around for a while. It's a short, I think, 5-part series called Chernobyl.
Oh, yes, I haven't watched that yet either.
I know a little bit about the story. I actually worked as a security guard, a temporary security guard at the nuclear plants out in Oswego. And part of the training there was to learn a little bit about what happened with Chernobyl, what kind of a power plant it was, and what the differences were between it and, Soviet type nuclear power plants versus what we have in the United States. And a little bit about what happened, what I've been learning since I've been watching this series, and going out and trying to find out what really happened, what the details were, how little we actually know about what happened. It's amazing that the communist Soviet Union is so similar to communist China in how little information, how real information is available today about what really happened, how many people died, the real details behind it. I don't think this movie actually, or miniseries, actually has all the details right, according to what I've read. It's the best guess as far as they know, and as far as the recounts from people that were involved. Who knows how truly accurate it is? But just wow, incredible. I think we're 2 or 3 episodes in for the 5-part miniseries. And I really can't wait to get through that. I kind of avoided it for a long time.
Really?
I don't know. I kind of that kind of real stuff, it doesn't really appeal to me. But this is very interesting. It's very good. You'll know a lot of the actors that are in it, and very, very good, very worthwhile. If you get it, definitely watch it.
Yeah, it's and that's one that's on HBO Max, right?
Where do we find
Because
it?
that was an
Yes,
HBO miniseries. Yeah.
it is. That's correct. And that's right. And I guess I'll mention one more. And you know which one this probably is, Paul, that I'll have to mention. It is absolutely the best DC I have ever seen live action. And I mean that about every movie and every TV series that I have seen that was DC. And that is Titans.
Yes, and you burned through that
It-
fast. 2 full
Holy
seasons.
shit. It is fan freaking tastic.
And I love the fact that
I'm telling you.
the mood was set in the first episode with Robin's first appearance, and when he says "fuck Batman," you know right there what you're getting into. Corbs, you've got to check this show out.
Where do I find it?
It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
I don't have HBO
It's
Max.
the only place. Unfortunately,
You know what? I can
it's
help you
another-
out with
it's
that
another
because
bill.
I have the DVD collections.
All right.
No, it's funny you
To
bring
watch-
that show
to
up.
wa-
Do you know what dropped today? The release date
season
for
3.
season 3. July 15th.
Oh, okay. I
It's
knew it was coming.
Yes.
I knew it was coming. Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's there was one thing that happened. How do I think I can say this without being too spoilery. There was one thing that happened that I was waiting for the entire time through season 1 and season 2. There was one thing that I was waiting for, and that was who makes that cool stuff for our heroes.
Yes, and they answer
When
that
I
question.
saw that, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. And it was like, I mean, the way that they presented it, and the people involved, and I'm like, this is cool as shit.
And you know what? It's
one
basically a throwaway scene, but it explains so much.
Yeah. Now, did you ever read the comic books? Did you ever read the Titans comic books?
Sparsely. I wasn't a huge Titans fan in the comics.
In the originals, and I'd have to go back and look through the ones I have. I don't have all of them. I have a few of them. There was a point where Dick Grayson was considering what his next identity was going to be, and he was presented with 3 different outfits, uniforms, whatever you want to call it, and 3 completely different identities.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in season 1, all 3 of them are mentioned.
I remember you telling me that.
Now it's quick. It's really, really quick, and you just like blast through it. And I don't remember the context. I almost think that they were talking about somebody else, but I was like, God, that sounds familiar. And I've gone back to try to find it. I haven't gone back to the old comic books because I think I know where they are, but I'd have to really dig to find them. And I tried to find them online, tried to find a reference online, could not find it anywhere. But I'm almost positive that the 3 references they made were to the 3 different identities that Dick Grayson considered. He was presented with these as possibilities, none of which he selected. The final one he selected, which we all know becomes, what the hell is it? Darkwing?
Nightwing.
Was not one of the 3. When they finally showed this place and these people that provide this wonderful stuff, I'm just going to say it. I know it's a spoiler. I'm just going to say it. I really wanted to see all of them on the wall. All
That would've been
four.
cool.
The 3 that he didn't pick, and then the final one. But it's not the way it worked out.
No, we
I
only
was
get the
really
new
hoping
costume.
for that. Yeah,
And
we
I
only
love
get
the
new
fact
costume.
that
and they don't even
kinda
say
made
it.
they kind of made him eat shit. I kind of like that. That was
Mhm.
Corbs. You will love this show.
Okay.
And when we can actually see each
It's
other in
so
person
good.
again, I will hand off the DVDs to you.
Okay.
So
It's so good. I
It
mean,
is.
it is so good. They go a little over the top with the female heroes, but I mean, I guess that's the way things are right now. Is like, you know, you got to concentrate on all the female heroes.
yeah,
I get it, but I'm going to tell you right now, the original comic books did a great job with the female heroes, and I think that was. I honestly believe they could have just stuck with that
mm-hmm.
and been fine. The changes they've made have been perfectly acceptable, and I can't say enough about it. I
Oh
love
my
it. I
god,
can't wait for
phenomenal
season
show, phenomenal.
Yep.
Actually, everything that
Yep.
came out of the DC Universe streaming service so far that I've watched is amazing. Titans is definitely it takes the cake because it's very adult. It's
Yep.
very graphic. That's amazing.
Yep.
Stargirl was
Even-
amazing. Swamp Thing was amazing. I haven't watched Doom Patrol yet.
Now wait a minute. Stargirl has her own series,
Mm-hmm.
her own show. Oh no shit.
Season 1
Oh,
was already
shit.
out.
Okay.
It's on HBO Max now. I watched it actually when it re-aired on the CW.
I saw Swamp Thing was available. How do they relate Swamp Thing to the Titans?
They don't. They hadn't mentioned anything.
Oh, but it's DC.
Yes.
That's what you said. You said it's DC. Okay.
And
Sorry.
that was another one because they tied all of this together at the end of Arrow. I don't know if you were watching Arrow or not.
I stopped watching Arrow a long time ago.
When that wrapped up, they hinted, well, they spelled it out for you. They spelled out the multiverse for you, and they were at the end they were panning across the multiverse, and they were showing all the different ones. They showed the group from Titans as an Earth. They showed Swamp Thing as an Earth. They showed the Doom Patrol.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's all tied together, but they don't have to interact because they are separate universes.
I never liked that part of the comic book.
The multiverse.
The multiverse.
It's their way of backing out of continuity.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's their way of selling more comic books is what it was.
Well, I mean,
it's a cop
kind
out.
of the idea. Yeah.
When you fucking kill Superman, he's fucking dead. Okay.
Should be. Yes.
Agreed.
But that won't stay because, you know, they want to make that money.
I know.
They want to make that Superman
They
money.
shouldn't have fucking killed him then.
I hear you.
Fucking killed him. They should have figured it out. They should have got better writers. Whatever. That's my 15-year-old me coming back. And that's why I never freaking I never bought DC Comics. I started with DC Comics when I was young. I had the big ones, big dollar comic, the huge ones.
Yes.
Started with those, Batman, Superman, loved them.
The Treasury
Thought
editions.
it was great.
Yes.
Yeah, but when I found Marvel and I found those stories, Spider-Man and my favorite, of course, and all the rest of the stories, I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. And the whole dark freaking DC bullshit, I didn't care for that. Marvel ended up doing the same goddamn thing.
They went dark.
I was glad to get out of that too.
And that's when I went over
to
DC for a while because at that point DC had lightened up. That was early 2000s.
But thank God we're getting good DC content. I thought it would never happen. I mean, just by what we'd seen up to this point,
right?
I really wondered. I mean, is it all going to be Smallville BS, or super dark Justice League BS? No, they've got this. They've got a really winning formula with Titans, and I hope they continue to do stuff like this. And don't get me wrong, I loved Wonder Woman. I thought that was a phenomenal movie, but
the first
Titans
one, yes,
by far Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Gal Gadot could pretty much just stand in the middle of a field and I'd watch it, for 300 or 400 hours. But Titans by far the best DC content available. Go out, get a free HBO account and just watch it, consume it, suck it all in, and thank me, because you will.
The 2 weeks doesn't cut it, trust me, because that's what I was on. I was on the free 2 weeks. We got that for Wonder Woman 84, which was regrettable. And then we started into Titans, and then I was in scramble mode because our 2 weeks was about to end, and I had to find out what to do to actually get an account. So we have a subscription now. Because I had to finish the show.
Awesome.
So good.
That's
you will
awesome.
love it, Corbs. It's right up your alley. Dark, bloody, real.
That's it. I'm good.
It's not
Dark and Bloody's good.
yeah.
It's not Smallville.
No. Although
It's
I
not
had no
Smallville,
problems with
it's not
Smallville.
Arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit has consequences in that.
I mean, if you're a 16-year-old girl, I'm sure Smallville's fantastic.
I like Smallville, but for the
You are
time,
a 16-year-old girl, so
yeah, basically. All right, we're running out of time, guys.
Are we really?
What do we got
Why?
left?
Walking
We can
Dead.
do anything we want.
I mean, we could, but how many times are we going to play the same commercial?
One more at least.
No, I think we can finish this. Walking Dead. You guys watching that?
Yeah.
Stupid question, I know.
Right.
Still
Religiously.
really good. This week's episode was so freaking cool. I like what they're doing where we're getting separate.
Yeah, you're getting different
Shows,
characters. Yeah. Like you get to one character, then the next week you got. Well, what was the first one? Was who's
The first
one?
week was the Maggie stuff, wasn't it?
Yep, Maggie came back with Daryl.
Yep.
Then that last week you had Daryl again with Carol.
Yep.
Kind of
Darren
his little
Carroll.
5-year. And then you had Gabriel and Aaron.
Yes, which was a great
Yeah.
episode.
Yep.
And
Well, I enjoyed
the
that
T1000. Yeah,
Robert Peck.
that
and
was
his
great.
twin.
Yeah, they just. I mean, he's here and gone that fast.
Yeah, it was the
This is
That
I mean,
threw me. I was like, that's kind of like a name, and
Yeah, it's a
he's
big name.
one episode.
yeah.
And then like when
But
they
they've done
killed
this
off
with-
what?
They've done this with other big actors. The one
Yes.
that the guy, I forget what his name is, the guy that Rick bit his throat out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember? What the hell?
Jeff.
Huge
Jeff
actor.
Corber. Jeff
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Major actors. They brought
Actually,
him
he was
on
in,
and just like, bam.
He was in Sons of
You're
Anarchy too.
Yep.
So yeah, he was in that. Yep.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I was surprised, and I loved the twist at the end when the twin brother was up in the attic the whole time.
yeah.
That was great. Yeah,
Yeah,
That was cool.
I like what Chris Hardwick said because Robert Patrick was on Talking Dead after that. He's like, I was hoping for like a third, like a triplet to come out of nowhere.
just all of a sudden comes out the door.
Yeah.
They were all shocked that he was, obviously Gabriel kills him,
Yeah,
and then they go upstairs, and they were like, well, he heard everything. Where was he? So they found out the thing upstairs, and his brother's right there, and his brother's wife and daughter obviously were there, and obviously it looked like he shot them.
they were playing Russian roulette.
Is that what it was?
Well,
'Cause
that's
I
the
heard-
first thing he says to him is
Yep,
he made me play.
he made
the
me
game.
play. Yep.
Made me play. Yeah.
Yep.
So and his brother's up there, and his brother shot himself, and I was just like, what?
Yep.
One episode, it's like a guest star episode, and he's gone.
Yeah, because I saw his name in the opening credits. I was like, oh no shit.
Yeah,
And then that's what we got.
I was.
Ah,
I
that was my
had heard,
bar.
I heard that he was going to be on there. Like I'd heard he was going to be in the show, and I thought maybe when they were talking about the Reapers or whatever the hell the fuck they're called now.
Yeah, I thought he might have been
I thought he was going to be.
a player in there.
I thought he was going to be the head guy for them.
which would make sense. Yeah.
Right, he was the Pope or whoever his name is or whatever. I was like, oh, that's who, because he fits that character mold. He fits that guy. And then all of a sudden he's in there, and I was like, what? That's not right.
They're gone. Yes.
So, but I enjoyed the episode
So,
Yes. What?
Corbs, have you
Yeah.
read the comic books?
for Walking Dead. I don't do comic
See,
books.
I never did.
No, and this is all new.
Oh, you
this
don't?
is
Okay.
yep.
Yeah, the Reapers
This
are part of the comics.
Yep, they've surpassed all of the storylines in the comics at this point. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for how the comic itself wrapped up, because it's done now.
It didn't. As I understand it, it didn't. It just ended.
Well, Rick gets killed.
Yeah.
Rick gets killed, and then it's over with.
Yep. He gets killed, and then there's 1 or 2 episodes, issues after that, and done.
Well, and that's the whole point. Is the comic books were about Rick. I mean, it was all about Rick. That was it was Rick's story.
Yep.
So when they took him off of The Walking Dead, I mean, even though I'd never read the comic books, I understood that, and I'm like, everything now is borrowed time.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're done. We have 1 more abbreviated season, and then it's over. So.
Yeah.
Are they still doing the movies?
Supposedly.
They're still doing movies.
Yeah. Supposedly, and it's going to follow Rick's story.
Okay, just wondering.
So,
I wonder maybe if he's gonna show back up or whatnot at the end.
That would be cool at the end.
Be wherever Commonwealth or whatever, wherever they're gonna end up or whatever, wherever.
Yeah, they'd have to do another time jump.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I can see that coming.
Yeah. The series that they're showing with the kids, what the hell is that called?
World Beyond.
Are you guys watching that?
Loved that.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had heard bad things about it, but then everybody said good things about it. So when it comes back around, I'll give it a go.
We're gonna have to talk, Paul. You're gonna have to convince me because I stopped watching it.
Really? No, you should have finished it. It was good.
I couldn't stand it.
Really?
It's just like, what am I watching?
Yeah. No, I liked it. And that one has a definite end point. There's only 1 more season of that, and it's done for good. That's my understanding.
Now that I like the fact that it's going to be done for good, because I really didn't like it. But we'll talk. We'll talk.
All right. I
love Fear. Now let me just say, before we get off it, I freaking love Fear.
Yes.
The best thing to come out of Walking Dead.
Yep. They did so good with that.
April 11th is the return date for it.
I'm looking forward to that. They've done really good stuff with that now.
Yep. I'm enjoying that one too. And this is coming from the guy who didn't watch the show to start.
Right. That's right. You want nothing to do with it at first.
Nothing to do with it.
All right. I think that about wraps it up, guys.
I hope so.
Okay.
We've just got my my wisdom nugget I have to drop here at the end.
Dropping nuggets.
Dropping nuggets. Old timers. They like to say stuff like, in my day, we worked 3 times as hard. Yeah, well, my response was, yeah. In your day, soda had cocaine in it. Good night, everybody, and megabyte me, bitches.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.